What is up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Hero Ranking. We are going over Hulk's hero cards. If you haven't checked out my Digging Deep episode on him yet, please go check that out where I take him through all four aspects. Except for Pool, I don't have that one yet. During that, we won 3 out of 4 of the games. One we did not win was Protection. Yeah, so go check that out. But moving on, we start with the hero card. Hero card has Hulk. I rank that as a 3. The 0-3-3. Enraged, Force Interrupt. When your turn ends, discard your hand. If all these 3 equal 6, I usually like that. I do. It makes sense for Hulk. He's just raging and angry all the time. That makes sense. The reason I dropped him down to a 3 from a 4, which is what I put most of the heroes as, is because I don't like that you have to discard your hand at the end of the turn. I mean, thematically it makes sense, but still, I don't like it. Moving on to his alter ego, Bruce Banner, I put as a 4. It's a 4 cost recovery, not 4 recovery. Genius Scientist, experimental research, action, draw 1 card, choose and discard 1 card from your hand, limit once per round. Now I made this a 4 because 4 recovery, that's pretty nice. But also, you get to draw a card. Given the fact you have to discard a card after that, it still allows you to play with your hand to see what you want and what you don't want. I think it's a pretty good ability, even with having to discard from your hand. Moving on to Crushing Blow. Crushing Blow I put as a 4. Shoot, what does that look like? But as a 4, it's 1 cost event. You can only spend strength resource to pay for this card. Your action attack, deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. For 1 cost card, you're dealing basically 3 damage. Or 4 if you have any upgrades to Hulk's attack. So it's a pretty decent card, and basically just an extra attack on your attacks. That's why I named it as a 4. Next is Hulk Smash. Hulk Smash I brought to a... That is a 4 as well. 3 cost event, Hero Interrupt. When you make a basic attack, you get plus 10 attack for that attack. Paid for this card using only strength resources, that attack gains overkill. So adding 10 extra damage to your already 3 or 4 attack, that's phenomenal. 3 for that, I think it's a pretty good deal. The reason I bump it up to a 4 is because of that possible overkill you can if you have minions that you need to take care of with guard. Moving on to Suborbital Leap. Suborbital Leap I actually put as a 2 because there's only 2. It's a 3 cost event. Removes 3 threat from a scheme, 5 instead if you only used strength resources. So still, you're paying 3 for 3 threat removal. That seems kind of a lot, but I mean, it's Hulk, kind of makes sense, but you could possibly remove 5. There's only 2 of these in the deck, and with him having 0 thwart, I think it's really rough. And so you have to put in extra thwart cards in your deck to be able to manage that threat. Other than that, I have this picture. Does he have a... Okay, he does have a 4th finger. It's right there. I don't know who jumps like that, but... That? I don't know. It's weird. But I just noticed that. Moving on to Thunderclap. Thunderclap, what did I make? I made that as a 3. Let's see, 3 cost event. Choose up to 3 different enemies. Deal 3 damage to each of them. Now this was... It's a 3. Because it's 3 costs basically to do your normal attack, but you get to do it to each enemy in play. When I played it, I didn't have that many other minions into play. So it wasn't very necessary unless I just want to deal extra damage to the villain. But I can see it working better for scenarios that have multiple villains. That'd be nice for like Sinister 6 or Wrecking Crew maybe. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, that would be pretty good. But for this scenario, it was ranked as Unstoppable Force. That is a 4. 2 cost event, Ready Hulk. If you pay for this card using only strength resources, draw 1 card. So it's basically paying 2 to ready up, plus you're drawing a card, which I think is phenomenal. Anything that lets you ready and draw a card is going to be near 4 for me. Because the more cards you have, especially for Hulk, the more stuff you can play. Moving on to Limitless Strength. Limitless Strength is a 4. It's 3 resources, 3 strength resources. Who doesn't love resources? Now, if you have resources in your deck, you might get a handful of resources, which I did a couple times, and that'll just happen. That's just the way life is. But it's still 4 because it's a lot, and pretty much any card you have in Hulk's deck, you need strength resources. So this works very well with within his hero pack. So there's that. Banner's Laboratory. Banner's Laboratory is a 3 for me. 2 cost support. Bruce Banner gets +2 recovery, alter ego resources, exhaust Banner's Laboratory, generate a mental resource. Now, most of the alter ego supports I'm not a big fan of. But this one's decent because it gives you +2 recovery and it gives you a resource generator, which is very good in my opinion. That's why it's a 3. Could possibly be a 4 later on in life. We'll see. See, it could be a 4 in the future. Next is Boundless Rage, which I made a 1. Now I make it a 1 because I played it completely wrong. It's 1 cost upgrade, hero form only. Hulk gets +1 attack, force response. After you change form, discard this card. I read that really fast when I was playing, so I meant after this round, discard this card. I didn't realize after you change form. So yeah, I played that completely wrong. That's sadly why it is a, what I put it as? A 1. Next time I play, it's going to be bumped up, obviously. That was my mistake in reading the cards. It'll happen. But from now on, I'm going to know to play this, because this can get you up to 4 attack if you're in combat. If you're in aggression, that can get you up to 5 if you're playing with the combat training. Get you up to 5 attack. That's pretty good. I wish I would have read that better. My games would have gone a lot differently, I think. Happens. Last but not least, Immovable Object, which is a 4. I have a lot of 4s. I just really enjoyed these cards. 3 cost upgrade. You get +4 hit points. Hulk gains Retaliate 1. I mean, he gets 4 hit points off of his already 18 to 22, and he gets Retaliate 1. It's great card. I like the little picture too. He's falling out. But yeah, any card that gets you extra hit points is always nice, but giving it to Hulk, who already has a high one, that's nuts. Plus Retaliate 1. This could have just given him Retaliate 1. I would still play it. But yeah, that's why that's a 4. Alright, so those are all the cards in Hulk's hero pack. Looks like we have a lot of 4s there, so his overall ranking is going to be 8.5 out of 10. Which is on the high end for most of my cards. But I think most of these hero cards are being a lot on the higher end with now that I'm learning how to actually play the game and read the cards. So yeah, let me know what you think of Hulk's hero cards, which ones you like to play, which ones you don't like to play. And I'm sure Joshy will have something to say about this ranking as well, which I can't wait to read in the comments. And please go over to his channel. I believe it's Joshy of Smeg. I'm actually going to double check that. I just refer to him as Joshy, so I never remember. Yep, Joshy of Smeg. Go check him out. He plays Hulk all the time. And it's always a good time. Alright, we will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Deuces.